Hello everyone. I'm pretty sure that if you're doing Telegram airdrops that you're pretty angry because of a certain airdrop that regarded us as business people. My great business people. How much were you paid? Comment below. Anyway, moving on from that, I actually want to talk about some things that I've noticed about Telegram airdrops and share some tips with you towards the end of this video regarding Telegram airdrops. Now, ever since the success of a certain Telegram airdrop that's shaped like a triangle, a lot of people have started, creating content about these Telegram airdrops. You just need a microphone and a fancy light and you just say whatever you want. There are some people that say good things, while some people, well, not so much, but at least, they're putting effort in, telling us about these airdrops anyway. Now, by all means, I am no crypto influencer. Nope, I am a tech reviewer. But from time to time, I can double my hands into, different things. And since crypto is related to technology, I can talk about it. Now, is it just me, or is it the fact that, you see a lot of these Telegram airdrops, they're popping up, and then every single one, or almost every single one, is asking you to make some type of transaction? Even the ones that are not asking for transactions have started asking for transactions of some kind. And some of these airdrops have gotten to the point where they're basically forcing us to make transactions that if we don't, then we will not get an allocation, that all our hard work is for nothing. And let me just give you my take on this transaction thing. Nowadays, these Telegram airdrops are operating on a freemium business model. Now, what this means is that it is free to play and interact with and so on. But however, if you want to be ahead of other players or get bonuses and so on, then you would need to spend money to make a transaction for you to be able to, get what other players are not getting. Now, one of the earliest airdrops to actually do this, to implement this freemium model, is Citizen and TapSwap. Now, Citizen was basically an airdrop game that you could play on Telegram where you mix and merge cards together. And for this airdrop, if you wanted to check in daily, you would need to spend Tone, the cryptocurrency. And you would also, need to spend it for other things. If you want to get the bot that can be merging cards for you, or you want to get extra, points and awards and everything, you would need to spend that Tone. Or TapSwap that told everyone pay 0.5 Tone, and in return we will give you double of your balance. And then from there, many other airdrops started implementing this freemium business model. Now, it has even gotten to the point where now that some airdrops are going as far as forcing people to pay for this stuff. For example, there was this airdrop called Rocky Rabbit, and they told its users that if you do not pay 0.5 Tone, you will not get an allocation, and all your hard work was for nothing. Another airdrop, for example, is Cats. So Cats recently announced that 70% of its airdrop is going to be allocated to those who actually spent money in the game, while 30% will go to those who did not spend anything. Even when you want to withdraw your money in Cats, you must have successfully, satisfied one of these criterias. The first criteria being that you should have invited 5 friends. The second one being that you should be an OG holder. And finally, the third one being that you must make at least one transaction in the game. But the thing that these airdrop people, whoever creates these airdrops, should note is that most people who are joining your airdrop are single players. They do not have anyone to refer. They do not have the money to spend. They just want to participate and still get something. And for all these conditions to just come up will make it that most people are not going to get paid. It will reduce the number of people drastically. Another example I would even give is this airdrop called Upwork Protocol. So it was this airdrop that was trending a few months ago on Telegram, and one thing that they did was this. If you wanted to be eligible for the airdrop, you would need to have obtained an NFT called a Nomis NFT, which you would have to get from another Telegram app called Nomis, and you'd have to pay for it. And when Awkward Protocol did this, it reduced the amount of people who were eligible for the airdrop. Now, out of the 2 million people who participated in the Awkward Protocol airdrop, only 500,000 around that amount, like, or eligible to actually receive the Aqua Protocol airdrop, the Aqua XP. Not even the main thing, like just to get the XP that they could convert to the Aqua token when it's ready to list. That is how many people were eligible. Out of 2 million people, they removed like about 75% of all the other players because of spending money. Now, to me, this like whole thing is being like very, very, very fishy, in my opinion. Like, it feels weird to me that these airdrops need money from people and everything. And the thing is that they just need about like maybe like 25% or even 10% of players or less to actually make any transactions with money. Because if that amount should actually, do any transaction, then they will make a lot of money. And it's only a very few handful of airdrops that actually consider their community. Yes, they may have like options where you can make a transaction and all that stuff like that, but then they still consider the community by making these transactions optional. Like, if you can't do it, that's fine, we'll still pay you regardless. But however, there are only very, very, very few airdrops that have never asked for any form of money at all. And the one airdrop that has never asked for money is Notcoin. Like, that one never asked its users for even one dime at all. And yet they still paid everyone very well, because obviously, like, they were backed by so many bodies and organizations that had the capacity to pay everyone. And then the second one is, well, Hamster Combat. Like, they didn't ask any users for money at all, but still, like, great CEOs. Anyway, so these are my tips about like doing Telegram airdrops and so on. Now, number one is this: Telegram airdrops are 50-50. It's either you don't get any money at all, or you get money, dust, if you will. Or you may get dust, very small money, or you get a large amount of money, depending on what airdrop you do. Secondly, these Telegram airdrops benefit those who are able to refer a lot of people. Like, if you're able to refer a lot of people, you are going to get something from that airdrop. Or if you're able to spend a lot of money on these airdrops, then you're going to benefit a lot from it. You actually get money. But if you can do both of them, then that is when you are going to make the most amount of money. See airdrops as a side hustle. Like, do not see airdrops as something that you can always rely on. Forget about people saying that, you can make money from Telegram airdrops. You can make $100, you can make $1,000, blah blah blah. Yes, it is possible, but as I said earlier, if you're not willing to spend that money or refer a lot of people, then you cannot make that type of money on an airdrop, like, in my opinion. That is, unless that airdrop is very gracious with you, where now that you put in a lot of work in that airdrop, and that airdrop as well is something that is backed by so many people and they're very gracious. That's the only way that money is possible. And then also, airdrops can take months before they pay. You can be doing an airdrop and then you'll be doing it. They'll tell you, oh, sorry, we're sending our airdrop to next month. No, next 2 months. No, next 5 months before we pay. That's one thing you should also consider as well. So that's why you see an airdrop as a side hustle. Don't be like Mr. Pharmacist, who literally quit his job because of a Telegram airdrop. You cannot be in every single Telegram airdrop. Like, a lot of these Telegram airdrops are just popping up out of nowhere. You're seeing this one is coming out today, this one is coming out tomorrow. You cannot be everywhere, and that is fine. Prioritize like the airdrops that you want to do. Like, maybe if you can only do 5 airdrops, then do those 5. You don't need to do more than 5 if you do not have that capacity. Another tip is that for airdrops, if you want to get paid the most amount of money, then what you should be concentrating on is the allocation. Like, the main goal of all these airdrops is to accumulate as much points or like currency as possible. And the more you accumulate is the higher your allocation is going to be, depending on the airdrop, like in most cases. So make sure that you keep on, hustling and grinding in these airdrops, so that way you get more allocation than others. Also, if you want to join a Telegram airdrop, do a lot of research on that airdrop if you can. Now, if you're not someone who is like good at doing research and everything, you can always follow trusted people, like a trusted friend or an influencer. If they have any good and trusted, like credibility onto them, you can follow the ones that they do and all that stuff like that. So make sure that you do research, like, is this airdrop backed by a strong company or an organization and so on, that they'll have the capacity to actually consider and pay users well. That's the thing you should be thinking about when you're joining an airdrop. And finally, let me talk about spending money on airdrops. Now, I'm not saying that you should not spend your money on airdrops at all, even though I talked about how now that these airdrops are adopting a freemium model. You do not need to spend your money if you don't want to. Or if you want to spend your money, you can. That's fine. It's your money. I cannot dictate what you do with your money. But if you should spend your money on any of these airdrops, please make sure that you spend your money on an airdrop that, at least, if you know you're going to spend your money on it, like, you're going to get something good in return, like you still get like a good return on investment. Like, if you should invest your money in an airdrop, then make sure that it's an airdrop that actually has the high credibility, that they're backed by so many people that are actually strong and have the capacity to pay you and all that stuff like that. That is where you should actually be spending your money on, if you ask me. And yeah, that's it for Telegram airdrops and what I think about them now. So if you want to still join some good Telegram airdrops, I have them linked in the description. There are many good ones that I recommend that you should join. And remember my tips and everything, like, you can do whichever ones you want to do in that list at all. And just if you have any questions, comment below, and I hope I see you guys next time. Goodbye.